I think it's one of those matches where if you're into a certain style of wrestling or particular style, this is a match you either love or some people might have found it not that interesting.
Yeah, it's one of the ones. If I was getting someone into wrestling for the first time, I probably wouldn't show them
Welcome to
that
the Brothers of
match.
Destruction podcast, where we break down all the latest WWE action. From epic rivalries to shocking twists, we've got the full breakdown.
Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Destruction podcast with yours truly, PrimeTime, and my brother Flace. We're going to have a look. This is a special edition because we're going to have a look from night one of SummerSlam 2026 in Minnesota. Night one just happened last night. We're going to get into it. We're going to review every match that happened for night one, and we're going to give our ratings of each match, what we thought of them, and potential consequences of the results or what will happen in future. Before we get into each match, guys, for night one, remember to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Check out our videos, check out past videos, check out our posts as well and our polls we got up, and check us out on Spotify and Instagram as well. Bro, interesting first night. We need to get into it.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? You finished it?
Yeah, listen, it was an interesting first night. It didn't go as well as I thought it would. But we'll get into it match by match. But yeah, it was okay in the end. It was okay. It wasn't quite
It was good.
It would be when I looked at the card, but it was okay.
Well, I did say beforehand night two might end up being better, but we'll see anyway.
Yeah, I think we did predict that.
Two.
If I remember correctly, I think
I
we
did.
Night two.
Yeah, but night one was good. Night one had its moments. We'll get into it. The first match was, I'll be honest, it's probably arguably best match, probably the second for me anyway. Io Sky and Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship.
Yeah, look, the build up to it was pretty poor, almost non-existent. Liv's title run has been awful. Again, pretty much non-existent. Over 100 days, no title defenses up until now. But look, her and Io, as we predicted, put on a banger. Yeah. It was a wicked match. Yeah. I think it was topped off by that finish. I thought the finish was excellent. But I thought the whole match was good, especially once they got rid of Judgment Day. Once Judgment Day was taken out of the equation, I thought it picked up even more then. Just culminated in that.
I thought when they was getting involved, that was like coming up to the finish of the match, like they're going to cost her. But I like how they came out quite early, got taken out quite early, and Liv actually ended up technically doing it by herself. Well, after that, she did it by herself. She won a match by herself after that. The match picked up even more after interference, which is weird.
Yeah, it did. I really like this match. I'll probably give it a 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10, actually. Yeah, I really like this match. A 9 out of 10, why
not? I'll give it 8.5.
I was leaning towards 8.5, but I just thought the finish was so technically clean and quite inventive. For me, it just sort of gave it another half a mark.
Just that finish. I will say I hope they do have Liv Morgan defend the title more. Based on this match, she can go anyway. If you've forgotten anyway, she can go in the ring.
Yeah.
Just not been seen enough of it.
The booking's been terrible.
Yeah, it has. I'm hoping the booking gets better after this going forward. But yeah, we'll see as well. But bragging of a match between both ladies there, Io Sky and Liv Morgan. Expecting nothing less, really. And great way to start the show. It was pretty much a perfect opener. Not too long, not thrown too much in there, but more than enough to get people excited for the rest of the card.
Agreed.
Match two. This is a match I was looking forward to, actually. 6-man tag match. The Bloodline against Royce Keys, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa. Bro, in terms of predictions, I think throughout this night one, we got them all right. Minus this match. I think we predicted Bloodline to win, and they end up losing. Surprised me.
That surprised me a lot, to be honest. I expect them to win. But it was a good win for LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys. It was a decent match. I think it was a great match. It was decent. It was okay. What it does move for them moving forward, I don't know yet. I think that's a conversation we had beforehand. If the Bloodline wins, again, it's just the Bloodline winning. if Team LA Knight, let's say, if they win, what does it do for them? I'm not sure what it's going to do. Maybe by LA Knight winning, it sort of opens up an avenue to face Roman Reigns, possibly.
That's the thing, especially since he got the win. He got the pin as well.
Maybe it opens up that avenue. But yeah, it was a decent match. It was okay.
Good match. I think it creates more intrigue, to be fair, the Bloodline losing. And with those three, they can do anything going forward.
Yeah,
maybe in your 1-3 push for a title.
That's true.
Bloodline losing as well might create a bit of tension there within there. Reigns might say, well, you didn't deal with this problem for me, So, what I mean? But all I will say is Solo Sikoa as a face now. I think he's officially face now. Him and LA Knight hugged at the end when Solo helped him. Solo Sikoa he bumped this match up for me.
Yeah. So he's a natural face. He's got the charisma of a natural face, but he's also a face that when shit hits the fan, he can switch and turn it on and go quite vicious. So, but I like Solo. I've always thought, but I've thought for a while now he should go out on his own as a face.
Well, it's mad he went for a couple of years without speaking when he joined the Bloodline. Didn't say a word. That's crazy. But and you see him on the mic now, he's got the charisma there, very natural on the mic as well. He made this match. He bumped this match up to an 8 for me, partly. I thought his bit with the Yeet thing, getting them to play Jay's music was great. I thought that was brilliant. I enjoyed that. So I give this match an 8.
I've got it as a 7. So like I said, it wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't my favorite on the card either. But yeah, what I want with Solo now is to come outside of that Bloodline bubble. Because since he made it in 2022, he's been involved one way or another with the Bloodline storyline. I want him to go out and do his own thing now, away from the Bloodline. Definitely.
Needs to freshen up things for him now, give him something to go forward. And I think this win hopefully can do that. Well, with all three men, particularly. So, into his next match going forward, bit of a blast from the past back in the ring. Gunther was against a debuting in WWE, Nick Aldis. Now, I think he had quite a bit of aura coming out, the way he came out I was hoping it'd be his TNA theme, First the World.
Yeah.
It was an Oasis song, which felt very British. And, you'd have that vibe of him coming out to it. Create that aura there, like coming out to WWE SummerSlam, that British vibe as well. Great shape. I think Nick Aldis really stood out in a way. Like, he didn't not wrestled for 3 years, bear in mind. And I think he looked very good in that ring. Like, he's not lost a step.
Yeah, I thought Gunther would have to do a lot of the heavy lifting, which he's capable of, but he didn't have to be fair. I thought Nick Aldis came in, looked in top shape, came out to Oasis, and if you're from the UK, you know what Oasis means to this country. So I thought coming out to that,
British.
It was very British. It added to the
screams British,
and for me, it made it feel more like a big match. It gave it more that big match feel to it. So that was excellent. Nick Aldis in the ring was excellent. And this match is probably the surprise of the night for me. I'm going to give this one at 8 out of 10.
Bro, I'm going the same result, 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Pretty much bang on, 8 out of 10. I thought he looked impressive in the ring. It's great to see him, man. And a lot of people don't make their debuts in WWE on this kind of stage as well. And against someone like Gunther as well.
Yeah.
Crazy, you know what I mean? That's superstar caliber of Gunther. Not a lot of people get to do that. And Nick Aldis impressed as well. It was a great moment as well, seen at the end. His wife, Mickie James, former WWE star, women's world champion, in the ring with him, and their son, I think Donovan. Yeah,
that was a nice, touching moment. I'm not an emotional person at all, but actually that was quite a nice moment.
There was news coming out of it though. So backstage, Nick Aldis offered his resignation to Triple H. Triple H ripped it up, said, no, you're back you're staying in WWE and you're back as general manager. So not going to be a full-time competitor as some people predicted. He's back in the GM role, but I do not believe this is the last time we've seen of Nick Aldis in the ring. No, especially not based off this performance as well.
I agree. He's obviously going to be in the main, the GM, but he will lace him up. every once in a while as well, in my opinion.
So check out Royal Rumble. Keep your eyes open for Royal Rumble. I think potentially.
That's not a bad shout, actually.
Big up Nick Aldis on the UK zone. Speaking of one, the UK zone, into the 6 women tag team match. Another 6-person tag team match. You got Paige, again from the UK, teaming up with the Bella Twins on matching gear against Fatal Influence. And to be honest, for me, weakest match of the night. It wasn't great, it wasn't bad either. It was. I think this match served the purpose of putting the Fatal Influence over, which we predicted. We predicted they'd win.
Yeah.
And also the heel turn of the Bellas against Paige, which again, we kind of predicted to happen either last night or on SmackDown coming up.
Yeah, this was, for me, again, the weakest match of the night. Very predictable in the way it played out. And then the events afterwards with them turning on Paige. There's not really much to say about this. It's just sort of very predictable, what I expected. Brie Bella's out now, so I don't know how this affects it. Maybe it's just going to be Paige against Nikki. I'm going to give this one a 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 out of 10.
Maybe give it a 6.5, maybe a 6.5. It was okay.
It was. It done what it was meant to do.
Exactly. I think the purpose of the match was just sort of to build the Bellas up as heels again and turn on Paige, and then it puts over Fatal Influence. You know, they get a big win on a big stage in SummerSlam. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, served its purpose. We'll say that as the best way of putting it, I think. And going into the I'll call it a double main event now. So I thought one of these matches would have kicked off the show just to kick off in a big way. But no, what you've got is a double main event. So the first one is Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. And for me, anyway, me personally, this was best match of the night. No surprise coming into it. 2 superstars like that of that caliber in the ring with each other. Cody and CM Punk. I thought it was a great match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good match. It's probably not quite at the level I thought it would have been. I was really, really looking. Maybe I just hyped myself up too much about it. But yeah, it was still a good match. Probably the match of the night, although I think EO Liv runs it fairly close. But yeah, this was probably the match of the night.
I think with this match is one of those weird ones. From what I've heard of speaking to people as well about this match and reviews online, I think it's one of those matches where if you're into a certain style of wrestling or particular style, this is match you either love or some people might have found it not that interesting.
Yeah, it's one of the ones, if I was getting someone into wrestling for the first time, I probably wouldn't show them that match. But if you're sort of really into wrestling,
you know, the storytelling psychology of it.
Yeah, the psychology of it. Maybe even if you've done a bit of wrestling yourself, because you can appreciate certain things more. I think I think this was a really good match. And it was a good match. I thought it would be just a bit better than it was, but it was still a strong match and probably the match of the night for me. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, which is the same as Liv EO. But I don't think
same as me.
Yeah, I don't think it was quite 9.5 out of 10. So I'll give it a 9, but I do think it was better than just about better than the EO Liv match. I think the psychology psychology was
engaging. I'd give it 9 out of 10 as well. And big news from that match as well was CM Punk retained against Cody with the help of Randy Orton. Randy Orton interference. Obviously, Punk didn't know anything about it. Gave an RKO to Cody Rhodes. And I'm quite a fan of this. I'm on board with this because it does mean Cody can have a feud away from the title now.
Yes.
You know, like even when he's lost the title in between, you know, he's still been involved in the title picture. And it's like, well, I've said this from before as well. Like, it'll be beneficial to have Cody in a feud for a while, not being involved in the title picture, having a personal feud with someone, or just whether it's a feud built on competition or personal feud that's got history there. I think you need Cody to be in that right now. And I think Orton's perfect for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a blood feud. I like it. You got Randy, who he's going to bring out the worst in Cody, or should. I think this is going to culminate in a Hell in a Cell match. And I think it definitely should. And I hope to see a different side of Cody with this. He's away from the title picture now, as you said. It's really got personal now, Randy Orton. It's a blood feud. I want to see a different side of Cody in this, and I'd like to see it culminate in a Hell in a Cell match in the next couple months.
Going into it now, guys, the second main event is, as my brother put it, Hell in a Cell match. Brock Lesnar, Obafemi, the final chapter, the end of the trilogy. And coming out of it, Obafemi won. Got put over big time by Brock Lesnar on the mic afterwards. Not just the match, but Lesnar called himself the past and he called Obafemi the future. Now, as expected, as we predicted, Obafemi did beat Lesnar.
Yeah.
Lesnar's not said about retiring or anything. So, yeah, he did beat Lesnar, but I'll be honest, I was expecting more from this match.
Yeah, this, for me, was probably, respectfully, the biggest letdown of the night. Not because it was necessarily a bad match, but being in the Hell in a Cell, I expect a lot more brutality.
They didn't even use it much.
Yeah, they didn't use the structure much.
At all, yeah.
It's a match that could and probably should have gone on a few minutes longer. But even if you kept it to the time frame they were in, it should have been more brutal. They should have used the structure more. I wanted to see a bit more blood, guts, and gore, to be honest, from this match. Because you got two monsters, two animals in there inside that structure. And I just thought, I thought someone was going to, or probably Brock, was going to take a real beating. Neither of them took a real beating. Neither of them was really punished.
It's just more sort of back and forth a bit.
Yeah, it's more back and forth. It didn't need to be in a Hell in a Cell. For what was produced, it didn't need to be a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, you just could have had it as a street fight. I think part of it as well, just to have them say Obafemi beat Lesnar in a Hell in a Cell match. But it looks at it anyway, because you just think when you look to the match, you know, why they make it Hell in a Cell and they didn't plan anything involving the cell cage or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But
if Hell in a Cell match,
I'd still give it 7.5. You know, it served a good purpose. Yeah.
When you look at, when you look at the Hell in a Cell matches, I think this will probably be one of the least brutal ones we've seen. Where when you look at the two guys we got in there, it should have been one of the most, maybe even the most brutal one we've seen. So from that point, it was a bit of a let.
Or the most chaotic.
Yeah, but it didn't really have any of that, which was a shame. I'm going to go 7.5 for this one.
Yeah, same as me, bro. Literally, same as me, 7.5. I think it served a good purpose in terms of put Obafemi over. I think that's the only issue. Sometimes you get Brock Lesnar's matches. I feel like it's a bit predictable the way it's structured now. You know how the match is going to go when it's Lesnar in there. It's like, it's not much variety when I'm watching Brock Lesnar matches now. It's only different with this one, really, because he's up against someone like Obafemi who's bigger in that sense, and he's the future as well. Someone different, but yeah, a lot of Brock Lesnar's matches do seem to go that same familiar pattern, which kind of made this one predictable.
I do hear that. I agree with that. I just thought being in a Hell in a Cell, it might have been slightly different, but it wasn't really.
I thought it might have been, but no. And again, they didn't even need a cell structure. But it is what it is. You got people hyped enough for it for SummerSlam, seen that, and Obafemi got put over big time with Brock Lesnar. And Obafemi is the future again. If you just going off his aura, the man is on another level. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for Obafemi.
He is.
Okay, that is.
So go. No, I was going to say Oba is the future now. I think I'll be interested to see what feud he's going to be in next, because I don't think he'll be in a title picture yet. I think that'll be sort of towards the latter part of this year, early next year, sort of going into Rumble and Mania. That's when I think you'll see him on the title picture. So it'll be interesting to see who he feuds with next, actually.
Yes, no rush for a title picture, you know what I mean? No rush for it. I want to see someone come up against him.
He's 27, 28. The right time to win it would be Mania.
Yeah, potentially, anyway. Again, there's no rush, but if he wins that Mania, I'd rather him not be in a title picture for now, though. I'd say let it simmer a bit, let people crave it a bit more.
The problem is they've almost backed himself into a corner because he won the King of the Ring.
He won the King of the Ring, the way he dominated Lesnar. No, not dominated Lesnar, but the way Lesnar hit him with all his moves and he's getting up.
Yeah, they've got to pull the trigger.
I hope the only thing I hope they don't cause the issues for themselves where if he does take a finish for someone now and loses, he looks bad. But you don't want him just getting up from everyone's finishes as well.
No, you don't. Yeah, because that then means everyone's finisher.
Yeah. So I hope they don't do that.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying, I just think they've backed themselves into a corner though, because he won King of the Ring. They've got to pull the trigger on him with the title. Really, you could argue this. I think you could get him involved in something else. Again, maybe a personal feud which sort of takes him away for a few months, and then maybe he wins the Rumble and goes from there. But I think Mania next year is probably the latest he can win it.
Maybe, yeah. They pushed him really hard now to this point, so you just think, yeah, they can't drag it. They can't leave it too long.
Yeah.
What we giving SummerSlam Night 1, bro? Rating, overall rating, based on the matches and moments.
7.5 out of 10.
Okay, I'm gonna go 8.
I was gonna go 8, but I thought I'll go 7.5.
That's reasonable. 7.5. I went 8, not far from each other. Yeah, this is good. Maybe could have been more. I think, especially the main event. If the main event slapped or whatever, I would have been giving this comfortably 8.5, maybe even pushing a 9. But yeah, I think 8's a decent. I think 8's fair enough. Or even if you said 7.5. Let's say we'll get into night 2 though once we've watched it. Night 2 is tonight as well, guys. So make sure you check it out. Let us know your thoughts on our ratings for night 1 matches. Let us know your thoughts, what you thought about night 1. But until then, guys, we'll see you next episode. We will be reviewing SummerSlam night 2. Take care. Have a good night.
Take care, everyone. Big up.
Thank you for watching the Brothers of Destruction podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and look out for our question of the week.